All right, guys, thank you for joining me today. One of the things that I think sort of came out of season 1, and I feel like it's going to continue into season 2, is this idea of secrets and what secrets you have and when you tell them. So without getting too much into season 2, what do you think are your character's biggest secrets?
Well,
besides your obvious one.
Yeah. You're probably the only guy in the Hill who is pretty transparent, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I've been asked this question before, and I actually don't know that Fritz has many secrets. Other than the fact that working on the atomic bomb project is something that he can't tell an average civilian. But I think he's pretty truthful.
Yeah, I mean, the show is. I mean, you said it exactly right. It is about secrecy, and this season particularly is the chain reaction of those secrets. That they keep compounding on each other, and this domino effect happens. That it just gets out of, even if you have the best of intentions with all these characters, it just gets out of their hands. It gets out of control.
Do you think your character has the best intentions at heart with his secrets and what he's leaking?
Well, in this season, you do find out his motivation for doing what he does. And you can agree with it or disagree with it, but in his mind, it does come out of a sense of patriotism, however misguided. He thinks he's doing what's best for the country that he loves.
You guys both have sort of interesting relationships with a lot of the women on set. Fritz spends a lot of time finding all the ladies. What's that like for you guys to kind of have that sort of mixed reaction, and even working with Helen or working with a female scientist? What do you guys come away with having such a boys' network, and then how you interact with the women when you do?
Well, we have such fantastic women on this show, and I'm so thrilled to work with them and just to be around them, frankly. Helen is such a fascinating character. I think Katja Herbers, who plays Helen, plays her so well, and it adds such a wonderful dynamic. Because in truth, historically at Los Alamos, it was pretty much a boys' club. But I think it's awesome that Helen is there and such an integral part of our team.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's as an allegorical sort of device, it doesn't have to be about nuclear weapons necessarily, but I think it's something that anyone can kind of hook into, is this idea of like secrecy and what you can and cannot tell your spouse,
right.
What secrets you have when you're lying in bed at night. That's a very universal sort of thing. But I think a lot of the humor kind of derives from the fact that these are guys that don't have much experience with women as academics. They're kind of like pretty awkward around them.
Academics are a little awkward. I come from a family full of academics, so except he's a social scientist, so it's a little less awkward.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But how is that for you guys to play every once in a while, to kind of have these sort of awkward moments with women when I hope you don't have them in real life? I hope.
No, we do. No, it's I think it's important for the story, because I hope that so Fritz starts to interact a little bit with Olivia Williams' character, Liza, this season. And, she is probably, arguably, one of the most brilliant minds on the Hill, and yet she's sort of not able to really do her work. And it's sort of, I think it's awkward for Fritz to know that, she's this very impressive doctor, and yet she's sort of, handcuffed.
For Meeks, I intersect with a new character I won't really reveal too much about, but she's played by Mamie Gummer, who's a tremendous actor. And so that is a new dimension in Meeks' life, sort of having that relationship.
If there were, is there one person on set that you wish you could spend more time acting with that you don't?
I mean, Rachel and Olivia, I never get to work with, really, and they're tremendous actors. I wish my story intersected with theirs a little bit better.
Yeah, for me, it's Rachel. I got to work with Olivia a little bit this year, but I don't think I've ever had a scene with Rachel ever, and she's so fantastic. So yeah.
And if you could describe your characters or this season, I'll give you the choice, in 3 words, what would they be?
Hitchcockian roller coaster.
Okay.
Nice. Fritz is big-hearted fun.
All right. Thank you guys so much.